Welcome to the Jefferson Business Journal. Today we'll feature Fort Community Credit Union. Hi, I'm Jim Klug, along with Ron Vogel, CEO and President of the Fort Community Credit Union. Ron, glad to have you with us here today.
Thanks, Jim.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started at the credit union.
I was hired by the board of directors of the credit union back in 1975, and we were located in a office on an industrial factory property in Fort Atkinson at the time, serving the employees of Thomas Industries. And so we operated there for a few years, and then we decided that we needed to branch out a little bit. And so in 1980, we built our first office on Madison Avenue in Fort Atkinson and moved into that. And we opened up to the community and accepted members from throughout Jefferson County, actually. And then in 1986, we moved into the building we're in now in Fort Atkinson. And again, we were community-based, so we were growing quite rapidly at the time. And then we merged with a credit union in Jefferson, Security Credit Union, which was formed to serve the employees of Schweiger Industries. As a matter of fact, it was called Schweiger Credit Union for many years, and they changed their name to Security Credit Union, and they had an office down at the plant site, near the plant site in Jefferson. And around 1989, we merged with Security Credit Union, and we moved into an office behind the Sheriff's Department and the county offices there on Whitewater Avenue in Jefferson. And we were there for a few years, and we decided that we needed to expand a little bit and get a little more visible in Jefferson. And so we settled on the corner of Main and Racine there, where we're at now. And so we built that office and moved in there. And we're real happy with that move.
That beautiful addition to the downtown area of Jefferson, the way that you structured the building. Like we were talking a little bit earlier that you had thought originally about maybe replacing the building totally instead of refurbishing it, and I think you made the right decision.
Well, those were the options we were looking at. The building was just an eyesore. The parking lot with the weeds to there, and I mean, it was just an eyesore. And Arnie Broaders and the other city fathers were extremely helpful and encouraged us to rebuild. We had the option to tear down and put a new building, which a new modern building and such. You see some downtowns that have done that, and it just seems that a new building in such a setting is a little bit out of place. So we looked into refurbishing and rebuilding and remodeling and such, and even though it was probably more costly and more difficult, with the encouragement of the city fathers and Arnie Broder's encouragement, he was the mayor at the time, we decided to do that, and so you see the result. And it really does, we gave a little space there so that Main Street could be widened. If you remember, it was hardly possible to turn to the north if you were coming from the east on Racine Street there, and even people turning to the north from the other direction had a difficult time making that turn there because it was such a narrow little turn. So we gave some space there to widen that, and then kept what we could there and remodeled it.
I'm assuming your Jefferson branch has grown quite a bit since you've been in Jefferson here.
Yeah, we're pleased. We'd like more. You know, we're trying to be a good citizen in the community and offering all the products that it's just a matter of people deciding to use us and come and visit our office and get comfortable with it. But we're looking to serve the community.
Do you lend to area businesses or just individuals?
Yes, we lend to businesses as well as individuals, of course. We've been doing business lending now for 5-6 years and building up a nice little portfolio in the area here. But you know, our members are involved in a lot of different things, and they come to us for business loans. So we made sure that we prepared for that, hired the staff and such, so that we are now a commercial lender in the area. And our members are coming to us for their needs for commercial loans. What's
the difference, do you feel, between a credit union and a bank, and what services do you offer that possibly a bank does not?
The services are the same. The way we differ is the way we're organized. A credit union is really a not-for-profit co-op, of which there are many around that we're all familiar with. And a credit union is organized the same way that they are. The board of directors is elected by the membership of the organization, and members are people that have accounts with us. It's as simple as that. You have an account, you're a member. You get one vote. It doesn't matter how much you have on deposit or how many loans you have, you get one vote. Versus shareholders of a bank. Shareholders, their votes are determined by how many shares they own. So if you own a lot of shares, you have more say. So that is how we differ, the way we're organized. And the profits then, like many co-ops do, at the end of the year, many share the profits with the members. And we've been doing that for 7 years now, where we've shared the profits of the credit union with the membership in the form of rebates and special interest payments and such like that. So instead of any kind of a dividend to shareholders, for example. So our difference is in our style of organization.
We all remember the financial crisis of 2008. Did that affect credit unions any differently than any other financial institution?
Yeah, it affected credit unions.
Yeah.
There were some credit unions that experienced losses, just as in banks and savings and loans and such. And the losses are being made up by special assessments that all financial institutions are paying to their insurance funds. With us, it's the NCUA, the National Credit Union Administration. They're the ones that have the $250,000 per account insurance,
mm-hmm.
and similar to the FDIC with the banks. And on the banking side, the FDIC is charging assessments to cover the losses, and on the credit union side, the NCUA is charging assessments to cover the losses. So the industry is paying for its own losses, however. It's not government money,
mm-hmm.
No tax money involved. It's all coming out of the industry. And so we're all paying for mistakes that were made over those years.
What kind of training and experience do your employees have at FCCU?
Experience, we've got a very experienced crew. We've got all of our senior managers have been on the job with us for at least 15 to 25 years. And of course, they've gone through all of the training that the industry can provide. Some, such as a couple of our people have gone through a industry certification program that certifies them as an executive level employee capable of managing a financial institution. And others have done specific training as far as products and such like that go. So our training is extensive and ongoing, and with the onslaught of regulations now that we're all hearing about, the training function is even taking on a more important role. And part of our training is to help people with all of the issues now regarding security and fraud and things like that. We're trying to keep people informed that are customer members of ours, so as to protect them from some of these things that are out there, because some of these scams and frauds and such are very sophisticated.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thanks for being with us, Ron. We appreciate that. We're going to take a quick break here and take a look at your beautiful facility here in downtown Jefferson. And we'll be back with more on the Jefferson Business Journal in just a moment.
So this is our commercial loan department, and what a lot of people don't realize is that we have a commercial loan department on the second floor here at the Credit Union in Jefferson. We have a wonderful space. Joni Lundeen is our commercial loan officer here, and we have a great room next door that people can use for different meetings, but it's a great space to discuss your business and do business here at the Credit Union. So we'll take a look at that next. So we're now standing in the pruner room. This was actually part of the Opera House. In its original intent, the Opera House was actually 20-foot ceilings, and the third floor was added on in the past on top of the two original floors of this building that used to be the general store. So this would have been part of the Opera House area. This room is actually for rent. The Rotary uses it on a weekly basis, and then other people have rented it for bridal showers, baby showers, retirement parties, different meetings. We try to, again, maintain the historical value of the arches in the windows and the character of this room. So we like to call it the Pruner Community Room because it is. It's here for the community and for the credit union's use, but mostly the community. And it has lovely views of the Main Street in Jefferson. So if you have a chance to visit the credit union, please come up and take a look at this great building and let us know if you need to use it. So this area is actually where we found the underground tunnels while we were excavating to build the building. They were actually used to store beer back in the 1800s because there was no refrigeration. So eventually they built tunnels leading to other taverns in the community. Well, we thought that it was very important that we maintain the historical value in this, so we maintained the open atmosphere. You can actually see down into the tunnels, and the community really enjoys being able to come in and look to see what was here before and to remember the foundation of the community and the building here, that we didn't just tear it down and rebuild. We tried to maintain the integral value of the history here.
Back again on Jefferson Business Journal, we're featuring Fort Community Credit Union today, and Danielle Frawley joins us from Fort Community Credit Union. Glad to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Jim.
Tell us a little bit about the services that you provide at Fort Community Credit Union.
Well, I'm glad you asked that because there are a lot of people that don't realize that credit unions provide a multitude of services. If you go to your bank, we provide every service they do, anything from savings products, checking products, debit cards, credit cards, loans, mortgages. A lot of people don't realize we offer mortgages right here at our Jefferson office, commercial loans. Mm-hmm. So there aren't many differences in the services and products between banks and credit unions.
Tell us a little bit about the educational services that you provide for your customers at Fort.
Well, I'm glad you asked that as well. Credit unions are very well known for their educational endeavors within the state of Wisconsin. A lot of credit unions within the state of Wisconsin have in-school branches where they're teaching kids how to handle their finances. We do a lot of speaking at the local level, going to the schools, and a lot of the teachers who are members call and say, can you come speak to my class? And it's always really rewarding after you've gone into a class and have a student come in the next day and say, I just started a job and I better open up a Roth IRA. So that's always, very rewarding to see that within the communities. But we try to make sure that our staff is very up to date on financial education so that they can educate our members any chance they get when they're talking to them.
Who can join Fort Community Credit Union? Is it specific to any type of people?
Well, it is, but I'm also wanting to make clear that one of the things we're going to be going through is a lot of people think that because our name is Fort Community Credit Union that you have to be from Fort Atkinson to join Fort Community Credit Union. So we're actually going through a branding change and changing our logo to just FCCU, which I'm sure you've seen other businesses do. Kentucky Fried Chicken did that when they didn't want to be referred to as fried anymore. They went to KFC. So kind of what we're doing is just going to our acronym so that people aren't confused by that. So at that point, just seeing that FCCU, they should know that as long as they work or live in the county of Jefferson, they're able to join. If they have an immediate family member that's a member already with the credit union, they're able to join as well. Once a member, always a member. So you can, my little brother lives in North Carolina, and and he wouldn't leave our services for the world. So, and then also in the Whitewater area, a lot of different burgs outside of Jefferson, Whitewater, Richmond area, Cambridge, the Dane County part of Cambridge is also a part of it, parts of Watertown, so well, a lot of the area. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about your special dividends program?
Yeah, it's fantastic to talk about it because we're fortunate as a credit union that we can give our profits back to our members. So for the last 7 years, we've taken the excess profits above and beyond, what we need to operate, and given those back to the members in excess of $2 million over the last 7 years. So it's always nice for them to get that bonus dividend in their savings account. And sometimes they'll call and say, why is this money in here? And it's nice to say, well, you're a member, you're an owner of this credit union, this cooperative, you earned it.
Tell us a little bit about the involvement in the community. We've seen Ford Community Credit Union involved in a lot of things in Jefferson.
Yeah, well, we feel that it's a very important part of our culture and who we are. We're all very local people. We're all from this area, so we're vested fully in this community. We really enjoy volunteering. It's part of just the culture of the credit union, as I said. So the employees enjoy taking part in the different activities. Chuck Klug, who's our branch manager at our Jefferson office, is very active in the community, as well as Pat Vandenberg and Lisa Schicker and Cassie Tome, who's our supervisor there. So it's nice to have those employees so vested in the Jefferson community and from this area. Chuck Klug is definitely a staple at our Jefferson office.
Right. Well, thanks for joining us, Danielle. We appreciate that and look forward to lots of good things happening for FCCU in the future.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I appreciate you having me.
That's our Jefferson Business Journal for today. We have been featuring Ford Community Credit Union.
Hello, I'm Dale Opperman, Mayor of the City of Jefferson. With me are Alderman Bill Brandel, he's the chairperson of the Jefferson Redevelopment Authority, and Tim Freitag, our City Administrator and the Executive Director of the Jefferson Redevelopment Authority. The three of us are the main point of contact for all economic development activity in the City of Jefferson.
The Jefferson Redevelopment Authority was created in 2007 to assist the city with economic development and to foster business success. The Redevelopment Authority is composed of 7 members, 5 citizen or business members, and 2 alderperson representatives. The city administrator serves as the executive director of the authority. The Redevelopment Authority assumes a leading role when it comes to business relocation, business expansion, and business retention. It's also involved in revitalizing the Rock and Crawfish River waterfronts, as well as the community's historic central business district. The RDA has developed a number of programs to further and enhance the economic vitality and progress of the community. With the assistance of the Jefferson Chamber of Commerce and the Jefferson County Economic Development Consortium, the RDA plays a pivotal role in the community's business expansion and economic well-being.
Today, over 300 businesses employing 4,000 people are located in the city of Jefferson. Jefferson is home to everything from small family-owned and operated businesses to large international companies. This diversity provides an ideal variety that strengthens its robust industrial and commercial base. Additionally, both new and old are fused together here, as some of Jefferson's earliest industrial and manufacturing companies are still in operation today. Under various names, Tyson, established in 1879, and Nestle Purina Pet Care, established in 1910, are among the city's oldest operating businesses. A dedicated trained workforce, a strategic location near major arterial highways and access to railroad, plus a strong, diverse economic foundation characterized by commercial, industrial, and agricultural businesses have all made Jefferson a distinct site for business relocation and expansion.
The diversity of our business base provides a strong foundation for the quality of life which we enjoy in Jefferson.